Julie, thanks for doing this with us and allowing our viewers to get to know you a little bit better.
Oh, it's a great opportunity.
We are at Point Defiance Park, right near the pagoda. It's beautiful here. Why'd you pick this location?
One, I don't have a campaign office. I am an income-constrained candidate. And two, this was where my campaign kickoff was whenever I first ran for Pierce County Auditor, my nonpartisan position.
Tell me what motivates you. Why are you running for Secretary of State?
Well, this is what I do. It's not something that I dabble in. For the last 13 years, I've conducted hundreds of elections, protected and preserved documents and made them accessible to the public, licensed businesses, etc., which may sound very dry to the viewers, but it's stuff that I love. I love making government work for people, and I love the detail, the accuracy, the precision, the technology. Knowing how important the Secretary of State is to all the county offices is just something I'm called to do.
You were Pierce County Auditor for more than a decade.
Yes.
Do you think your resume will really resonate with voters?
I think voters want somebody that's a technical expert because they read in the news that election law is very technical, and they understand that elections can be decided by just a handful of votes.
You are running as a nonpartisan candidate. Why?
I don't think that the person who is overseeing Washington state elections should be wearing a team jersey. I don't think that Americans appreciate having partisanship in this ever-important job of election administration.
How do you think Washington's mail-in voting system is working, and what can be done better?
I think that our mail-in voting system and the suite of election laws we have work really well. It's a perfect balance between security, auditability, and access. Very convenient but secure. So I like it an awful lot. There are ways that we could make it better. Even though vote by mail works for 95, 98% of the population, it doesn't work extremely well for voters who are living with disabilities. I have plans to expand vote by mail and provide digital options for voters living with disabilities and also our uniformed and overseas voters.
You told the Seattle Times that you are the underdog. Going into November, do you still feel that way?
Yes, I still think that it is going to be hard, but I have a lot of confidence based on polling data that's come out. I've read 2 polls so far that basically show that I'm neck and neck with my opponent, which tells me that voters and people responding to surveys, when they are presented with information about what the Secretary of State does and that they have a choice of an experienced election administrator, I win.
What has surprised you most while you've been running for Secretary of State?
How universally popular it is to have somebody running that doesn't belong to a political party.
What is something surprising about you that the voters might not know?
They're going to be surprised to know that I was actually a high school dropout. I've got a master's degree with a 4.0 GPA. I'm a little bit of a nerd. I've got a national and state certification in election administration, but I dropped out in high school. Everything turned out okay, and I'm definitely not encouraging people to drop out, but I think that always surprises people.
What do you think the state of democracy in America is today?
Evolving, imperfect, always.
Julie, I've had a great conversation with you. Thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for shining a light on this race.